Ambulance. Ambulance. A vehicle equipped with medical supplies and equipment used to transport patients to medical facilities. Example: the ambulance rushed to the scene of the accident to provide immediate medical assistance. Bandage. Bandage. A type of dressing used to cover and protect wounds or injuries. Example: after injuring his hand, he applied a clean bandage to protect the wound. Blood bag. Blood bag. A sterile bag used to store and transport blood products for transfusion. Example: the nurse prepared a blood bag for the transfusion. Braces. Braces. Orthodontic devices used to correct misaligned teeth and jaws. Example: many teenagers wear braces to straighten their teeth. Cane. Cane. A device used to assist with walking, typically used by elderly or disabled individuals. Example: the elderly man used a cane to assist him while walking in the park. Crutch. Crutch. A device used to support the weight of a person with an injured or disabled leg. Example: he leaned on the crutch for stability as he recovered from the leg injury. Dental mirror. Dental mirror. A dental mirror is a small mirror-like dental instrument commonly used to observe hard-to-reach areas within a patient's mouth. Example: the dental mirror helps dentists see hard-to-reach areas in the mouth. Dental pick. Dental pick. A tool used for cleaning teeth and removing plaque and tartar. Example: the dentist used a dental pick to remove plaque and debris from between the patient's teeth during the cleaning. Face mask. Face mask. A type of mask worn to cover the nose and mouth, typically used to prevent the spread of respiratory illnesses. Example, wearing a face mask is one of the preventive measures to avoid the spread of COVID-19. First aid kit. First aid kit. A collection of medical supplies and equipment used to provide basic medical care for injuries and illnesses. Example, in case of emergencies, it's essential to have a first aid kit at home containing bandages, antiseptic wipes, and other medical supplies. Medical clamps. Medical clamps. A metal instrument with two handles used in medical operations for picking up, pulling, and holding things. Example, during the surgery, the surgeon used medical clamps to secure the blood vessels and control bleeding. Microscope. Microscope. An instrument used to magnify and examine small objects or specimens. Example, the scientist used a microscope to observe tiny organisms and study their cellular structure. Pill. Pill. A small, solid piece of medicine that a person swallows without chewing. Example, every morning, he takes a multivitamin pill to ensure he gets essential nutrients. Pipette. Pipette. A laboratory tool used for measuring and transferring small volumes of liquid. The scientist carefully measured and transferred a precise amount of liquid using a pipette. Rubber gloves. Rubber gloves. Protective gloves made of rubber or latex, used to prevent contamination or exposure to hazardous materials. Example, the doctor put on rubber gloves before performing the surgery. Saline bag. Saline bag. A sterile bag filled with saline solution, used for intravenous therapy or to clean wounds. Example, the nurse hung a saline bag to administer intravenous fluids to the dehydrated patient. Scalpel. Scalpel. A surgical tool used for making incisions in tissue. Example, the surgeon used a scalpel to make precise incisions during the surgery. Scissors. Scissors. Scissors, a tool used for cutting various materials such as paper, fabric, or hair. Example: the nurse used scissors to carefully cut the bandage and free the injured area. Stethoscope. Stethoscope. A medical tool used to listen to sounds within the body, such as heartbeats or breathing. Example: the doctor listened to the patient's heartbeat using a stethoscope during the checkup. Stretcher. Stretcher. A medical device used for transporting patients who are unable to walk or need to be immobilized. Example: the paramedics carefully placed the injured person on the stretcher before transporting them to the hospital. Surgical mask. Surgical mask. A type of mask worn by healthcare workers to prevent the spread of infection during surgical procedures. Example: the surgeon wore a surgical mask to maintain a sterile environment during the operation. Syringe. Syringe. A medical tool used for injecting or withdrawing fluids from the body. Example: the nurse filled the syringe with the prescribed medication before administering it to the patient. Thermometer. Thermometer. A tool used for measuring temperature, typically used to measure body temperature. Example: the nurse checked the patient's temperature using a thermometer to monitor for signs of fever. Toothbrush. Toothbrush. A tool used for cleaning teeth and gums. Example: every morning she uses a toothbrush to clean her teeth thoroughly. Tweezers. Tweezers. A small piece of equipment made of two narrow strips of metal joined at one end. Example: she used tweezers to carefully remove a splinter from her finger. Walker. Walker. A device used to assist with walking, typically used by elderly or disabled individuals. Example: after the surgery, he used a walker to regain his ability to walk step by step. Wheelchair. Wheelchair. A device used to transport individuals who are unable to walk or have difficulty walking. Example, she relies on a wheelchair for mobility due to her limited ability to walk.